Hey, how's it going? It's Jeremy here. I want to be showing you one of my logo design projects that I had on a freelance gig that I did in 2015. So yeah, it was ages ago, but I just want to show you my thought process and how I came up with some of these ideas. So originally this idea was for a company called 400 Foot Airlines, and it was for aerial photography and videos. So he had a drone and he would get like corporate shots of open land and fields and stuff like that. So that was the main business. So he wanted a logo and a business card. I want to show you how I came up with some of these ideas. So first up, he gave me a bit of a description about the business and stuff. So I decided to come up with some of these ideas. I thought of the idea of like a jet and combining the number 400, as you can see there, and combining like airstreams with the airlines, finding other ways that I could use the A and stuff. And see, trying to combine the typography, that was pretty cool. This one was kind of using like a road, like an airfield airstrip, but obviously it's a bit unreadable with the font choices there. Just adding a bit of color as well here, and adding just a black background, and then having some other ideas here. So you can see more of a space shuttle, spaceship type of vibe, and then this is like an Instagram with wings, like a camera with wings, kind of weird. And then had some other ideas of like a bird, flying through. So some of these ideas are not too simple, they're a bit complicated. This one, I had sort of like the lens, flying lens. And I think a lot of them were his suggestions as well, and I just worked on it. You can see some of the ideas here, some of the shapes. Made some wings. This is like a lens thing. Don't even know what that is. So you can see you had the lens there, had some colors. So that's pretty interesting. So he didn't really like any of them, so he sent a sketch that he liked. So he had an idea of like the wings intersecting with the 400. So you can see there, it's like propellers in the 400 feet or whatever, like in the 00. So he tried to combine 400 feet inside the circles there. The fonts, obviously I don't have the fonts anymore, but they were just like sans serif fonts. Like they were pretty easy. So if I just go like next to bold or whatever, yeah, obviously it's not gonna work, but yeah, you can see some of the ideas of the propellers there, kind of interesting. And you can see I try to put those letters like the F and the T and stuff. So you can see he's a drone specialist. You can see some of the designs there, a couple mock-ups. Pretty cool. So that was one project. So I'm not sure which one he ended up choosing, but it was one of these ones, and then he left. So yeah, this was a while ago. But yeah, that's just a bit of how some of my process. I want to show you some of my other logo ones as well in upcoming videos. But yeah, this is just one process of doing a drone aerial design. Obviously I'm a lot better at designing now, and you can see how I didn't present it well. Like I didn't do good mock-ups and present the logos. I just chucked them on the white background, which is very bad. Don't do that. And you can see my upboard's messy, but that's totally cool. So yeah, those are just some of the ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This company was for a major home builder. They were a building construction company, and you can see it was just a small freelance job that was like back in like 2015. So it was quite a while back. So you can just see here my artboard. This is sort of the clean artboard here, but I'll just show you the logos that I did. So you can see I did a fair few logos. The text here is not working at the top here, so don't worry about that. So you can see I try to incorporate the letters within the actual like home. Had like a roof here. Went for like sort of like a pyramid, building blocks here, and adding some like little details, which is pretty cool. This one I try to actually do a monogram, as you can see here, with the MH. You can see the H there and the M, and the B. The B is sort of meant to be here in the bottom. A bit harder to tell, but yeah, that was kind of cool. And then did some other little detail here. I don't think it really works well, but. And then I did some other versions because they didn't like those ones, so I just did a bunch of versions. You can see here, this is more of like a hotel, trying to go a bit more premium. It's a very long name, so it was hard to try and stack it up. Then you can see I went for this diamond like house type of vibe with this, a bit more geometric, and then adding like colors and shapes in it. Played around with like a pin ID and the house there. And then once again, they sort of like this ID here, so I just played around with the dimensions. So you can see just adding some shading there. And these look a bit retro, a bit trippy. As you can see here, this is sort of like some vibes from like, they talked about like the eBay logo, how it's got multiple colors, so they sort of like that. And you can see there, just doing some, showing that how it can look like in different variations. Then I simplified it as well, and then I think I simplified it even more. So in the end, I don't know if they actually, I think they went with this one in the end, but apart from that, yeah, they were a bit fussy. But yeah, this was one of the smaller clients that I had ages ago. But yeah, this is for like a construction logo, building logo, some of the ideas that I did. And if I just open up the file, and yeah, there's not much in the file, there's just PDFs and stuff. So you can see, yeah, I didn't even present it really well either. I just like dumped it on the PDF, which is not really good. So yeah, that's just a bit of about my logo process from, this is one of the old ones, so hopefully it was kind of useful. Here's another logo from about around 2015, so it was one of the older ones. I had a small freelance client, and it was for a Pilates studio. She was running her own little small business and doing like yoga and Pilates and all that cool stuff. So you can see here, upload is not too crazy, but you can see I went for this type of logo where I had like spirals and shapes and circles and things. So if I zoom in here, let's see. So you can see we're going through that theme again of like, you know, bending like a spine, like movements, and she wanted something more like, yeah, in that spiral type of vibe. She had a logo she liked, and I was just designing like base of that. So you can see here, did some different variations, and I came out with this. The company was called Uncoil, so we're thinking of unwinding things that are coming, you know, apart, being relaxed, loosed and stuff. So you can see here, I have this weird silhouette which looks funny. Look at that nose. And you can see the spiral here, the circles. And here was another one as well, trying to put like a person in. And then they got the tagline. And then we did these ones as well. So you can see that this is like kind of a ripple effect. And different font here as well, font choice. I had this idea of this person here like stretching out, and then like this thing is like reflecting out, which is interesting. So yeah, just played around. So you can see played around with this and this. So I think she ended up liking this one, and we went with this. And then if I go to some of the ideas, the other mock-ups, yeah, so you can see here was like the logo that we came up with. And you can see I put like the woman's body there, and so it's like relieving pain in the neck, back type of thing, but also like relaxed, like body relaxation and, you know, stretching and stuff. And you can see here's one of the email signatures that I did. That's just pretty cool. Let's see if I have any other mug-ups. And then here was like the business cards. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. For this one, it was for a personal brand. My friend, he was doing a bit of modeling, photography, like that stuff, and yeah, he just wanted to get something for his name. It's not his actual full name, but part of his name is in there. And I just want to play around with the, give a bit of a more of a monogram, more upper class premium vibe that he wanted to go for. And you can see the name was at Yannick Aaron. I picked a font. You can see I used Japuki here, which is a free font. And the other ones I used High Tide and Novecento, which is obviously I don't have that anymore. But you can see the type of vibe I was going for: mysterious, clean, very minimal. You can see here the Y and the A, which is kind of nice. Playing around with some other variations over here, as you can see there. Trying to connect that monogram, see how it could look. That's an interesting one as well. Seeing how it looks on black and white, always want to make sure that it's on black and white first before jumping into color. And we didn't even want to do color on this because we wanted to keep it, you know, premium, and typically white and black, it makes something feel premium. So you can see here, did that monogram there, and this one, so you can see the Y sticking out there, which is pretty cool. And then there's this one as well, which I kind of like. Really clean, really sharp, as you can see there. And then here's it just in some nested shapes. Some of the other, and just other lockups. Pretty much the same thing, just testing it in different variations. And I'm pretty sure this was the final one. As you can see there, Yannick Aaron. So this is pretty cool, doing personal branding and stuff. And monograms are fun. Well, it's always about playing around with the letters and stuff. So this was an old logo as well, done in 2015 or sometime around there. So it was before. This is one from one of my friends in high school, which is pretty cool. So I did a lot of those, you know, friends logos for like $50 or for free typically. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this process and seeing, you know, my artboard and how I came up with some of the ideas and my thinking. And yeah, like the video, and also leave a comment below if you find this useful or not. And yeah, subscribe for more design content every week. I'll be posting more tutorials, more design tips and things to help you grow in the creative industry. So I hope you guys enjoy your day and take it easy.